Hi guys, I'm walking around in Minneapolis, and yeah, it's a beautiful day out here. It's going to be in the 60s today, and it's March. That's amazing. So might as well take advantage. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys a story about something that happened to me back in the 90s on the bus. Back in around 1997, I was riding a 21 bus in Minneapolis down Lake Street. It was really crowded. The whole aisle was covered with people. There was people standing. There was no place to sit except for 2 seats in the back, one sideways and one was facing forward, because that's how our buses are. I know it's windy. I'm trying to be loud. Okay, so I took the seat that faced sideways. The guy took the seat that faced frontways. He had his wife and kid and also a baby in a stroller with him. And he rolled the stroller over my foot, and it really hurt. And I said something to him. I said, "Ow, God, watch what you're doing." He stood up and smacked me right in the face. Like, no hesitation. 2 seconds later, smacks me right in the face. I reacted, I stood up, and I punched him right back. He knocked me down on the aisle of the bus, on the floor, in the middle of a crowd of people, starts kicking me in the back of the head, starts kicking me in the back, stomping on me, telling me, "I am going to kill you," swearing, cursing, calling me every name in the book. Don't want to say that here. Yeah, so I'm going to murder you. I'm going to kill you. FBS, everything, right? Then at a bus stop, he jumps out the back of the bus through the back door. Right there's the back door. So he's off the bus. I'm laying there hurt. And somebody on the bus knew me. There was somebody on the bus that I was friends with that was sitting in the very front that I had said hello to on the way in, but there was no way for this person to get to me in the back while this was occurring because there was a crowd of people in between. He tried, but he couldn't. So at this point, they let him through. People were getting off the bus. It was less crowded, and they let him through, and he helped me get off the bus. I went out the back too, and he called the transit police. Our bus system has its own police force. Laser. Anyway, no, just kidding. Anyway, so we got the transit police, and they saw him driving the street. The guy hadn't even tried to get away. He just went to the store. He started grocery shopping with his family as if nothing had ever happened. And now, mind you, he did this in front of his toddler and little baby and his wife. It wasn't like he was alone. Okay, he attacked me in front of his whole family, and they were acting as if this was normal, everyday occurrence that just happens to them every day, right? And maybe it did, who knows? So they chase him into the store, and then they're coming out, and his wife at this point was not getting arrested or in trouble because she wasn't involved in the attack. But she comes up to me with the baby stroller in her hands and rams it right into me and attacks me with her child in a stroller. And then she is getting arrested because she just used her child as a weapon, right? So, yeah, she gets handcuffed. They maced her and subsequently maced me accidentally too because it was windy. So now my eyes are burning. The police officer calls back up. They get another car. They said, "You're going to go sit in the front seat of this car, and the guy who attacked you is going to be in the back, and then we're going to have your friend from the bus, your acquaintance or whatever, sit in the front of this car, and the lady, his wife, is going to sit in the back, and we're going to call somebody to come take these children." And they did, and we had to sit there and wait for all that to happen. So that took a while, and meanwhile, I'm in a lot of pain and need to go to the hospital, but I'm waiting because I need to file this report now. I don't normally call police. I don't particularly trust them, but I had to do it in this case. I didn't really have a choice because it was a horrible incident. It happened in front of kids. It happened in front of everybody. There was like everybody on the bus was a witness, right? And the bus driver. So anyway, we filed the report. We head to the police station. I'm in the front of the car with this guy behind me, and he's trying to scream and attack me from behind. They ended up having to hog tie this guy. He caused such a commotion in the back of this police car that he caused us to hit a van on the way to the police station and have to file another incident report for an accident with a cop car and a van full of people who needed a translator. So that took even longer. So all this time I'm hurt. They finally get me to the hospital and I have injuries all over me. I was bleeding out of my cheek and yeah. I mean, this guy bruised my ribs to the point where I thought they were broken. And it was just awful. So I had to go to court and have him put in jail for this. And I mean, even after all of that, I really didn't want to because I'm not really into that kind of thing. But I had to because it was a horrible incident and it was crazy. And who tries to kill somebody and or attack somebody in front of their children? I don't know. I don't know what happened to those children. I hope they grew up to be normal. I don't know if he's still with his wife. I'll never know what happened to him. But I do know that he went to jail, prison, for a while because of this incident. Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, this is not the first time or the only time that something like this has ever happened to me on a bus. A lot of bus stories, guys.